Women lie, men lie, but numbers don't. Let's check out the stock market.
How low can they go?
Bro got a scouter. Damn. Beep, 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 beep. Pussy.
That is the question being asked today of Any Color, parent company of Nijisanji, alongside Nijisanji English. Earlier today, releasing their much-anticipated Q3 financial results. Those results leading to Any Color's stock dropping by 15% in aftermarket hours, making it the third worst performing stock in the night market performance rankings. That is, Any Color is still performing nearly 20% year over year, but is looking at a significant shortfall for their yearly forecast. Any Color indicating that their Q4 results coming up in 3 months are expected to be the largest of the fiscal year, despite that time period not having
sure, buddy, sure.
The KhunShawn baseball event or Niji Fest, already accounted here in prior quarters. The biggest surprises being presented here, as Nijisanji Japan is up 22% year over year, but Nijisanji English is down a staggering 40% year over year. Q3 of this year taking in
and that's the big difference, right? Nijisanji EN versus JP. And honestly, it looks like Nijisanji EN just might get absorbed, because at this point, honestly, it's like it's a sinking ship. It's like you had hope, you know, there was sparks here or there, but overall, it's just it's not. Bro, I don't see them ever coming back to this Q3 of 2023.
Only half of the commerce amount, that primarily being found in merchandising, as was taken in the same quarter of last year. This being the lowest quarterly result for Nijisanji English since Q4 of 2022, and this third quarter also being the time period of November and December of 2023 and January of 2024. This all prior to the graduation of Nijisanji English's KhunShawn, announcing his graduation on the day of the new quarter, and also not accounting for the termination of Selen Tatsuki, an event so momentous that a now infamous investor relations message was sent out regarding that termination, simply stating that on February 5th, 2024, Any Color made the decision to terminate our affiliation contract with the Nijisanji EN Liver, Selen Tatsuki. The impact of this decision on our financial results will be negligible, as in 3 months' time from now, both Any Color's Q4 result and end-of-year result, we'll see if that holds true. Further information provided, such as during Q3, there were 3 new debuts and 1 graduation from Nijisanji Japan, and no debuts and 1 graduation from Nijisanji English. That Niji EN graduation, of course, being for Pomo Rainpuff, as now with a mixture of terminations, graduations, and debuts, the number of Nijisanji Livers has remained flat for the past fiscal year. This as somehow during the next quarter, which we're already halfway through, Nijisanji will have to acquire nearly 10 billion yen in order to meet their yearly forecast. Any Color once again indicating that Q4 results are expected to be the largest of the quarter in this fiscal year, offering up that certain Nijisanji Japan units are performing well. And speaking,
they have to have some super huge collab coming for them to still believe Q4 is going to be like the big. Either that's a shit ton of copium, which obviously it is, or that they also have something big to maybe make investors a little happy or feel a little secure. But a 15% drop overnight is
to the last quarter with large-scale initiatives as Nijisanji, such as Nijisanji Festival and anniversary events, shows strong momentum. Very vaguely also adding, Nijisanji English also focuses on efforts to expand attractive content, such as launching official program contents on YouTube and live events. Further capturing here all of the recent Nijisanji debuts, including a recently announced new unit. The date of tomorrow, March 15th, teased, as Twitter users would post up the full Shibuya advertisement here.
So this is what I was thinking was probably going to happen, right? Their next wave. One, I didn't want to expect that their next wave would be coming so soon. Two, I figured their next wave would be only male cast. I feel like that's what they keep trying to dissatisfy, right? So Crisis was all male. Triple T has not been as successful as Crisis. Not only that, Claude Mark has better quality collaborations with the members of Crisis versus his own gen, which is 2 other females. So their next avenue, from what they've seen with Triple T, would probably be more males. 3, I don't know if 3 is the number, right? 4 should be the number. I don't know if 3 will be the number, but you got to think about it. Crisis has 3, then there's Claude, and now we're adding 3 more. I don't know.
This new Niji Japan unit featuring 3 new members, with Nijisanji English's Kunai Nakasato remarking, "Wait, new Niji livers and JP, and one of them looks like he's gonna try to sell me snake oil. Their designs are so cool." Standees of these 3 already being discovered by Anime Impulse, a longtime convention collaborator with Nijisanji, tweeting out yesterday, "Our team visited somewhere special recently," featuring this photo of Cover's headquarters. Anycolor also offering up these updates to their VTuber unit programming, especially hyping up the 2nd anniversary of Noctix, with all 4 members certainly celebrating White Day today. Further, we would receive revenue information regarding Nijisanji Festival 2023 back from December. Total revenue for this event coming in as only a third of what was found from HoloFest 2023. That all while we'll be covering the HoloFest 2024 event for this weekend coming up in our next episode. And so how does Anycolor expect to meet that forecast? Here listing 2 previous merch drops from last month and 2 upcoming events for next month. The first being the Wonder World event featuring the Quinoir duo, and then being held the next day at the same venue, the New Street New World event. That is performed by the 4 members of Rothmal. Anycolor would then go on to feature numerous collab promotions with other brands, including their ongoing collaboration with Google, a brand currently undergoing a boycott. That boycott involving other brands like McDonald's and Starbucks, which had led to numerous Nijisanji English fans reaching out to livers to either stop supporting those brands.
How big is this motherfucking boycott? How big is this boycott? And with a boycott this big, is it working? Y'all let me know, because a boycott of Google, McDonald's, Starbucks, all under one umbrella is pretty huge. I don't know how many people didn't go to McDonald's. I don't know how many people decided instead of McDonald's, we can't go to Starbucks as well. And on top of that, whenever they were going to look some shit up online to figure out where they're going to get their food at because they're not eating at McDonald's or Starbucks, they decided not to use Google, but to Bing that shit. Y'all let me know who did all 3. You let me know.
Brands to apologize for supporting those brands. And here now we have a big surprise, that being capital investment in a distribution studio, stating they are aiming to expand the studio to 3 times larger than current size to accommodate the increase in the number of VTubers and diverse content needs. Adding, the new studio will offer a variety of studio functions such as 2D and 3D, alongside recording studios and individual streaming booths, stating the capital investment with the target start of operations in the fall of 2024, that not being clear if that is the breaking ground date or the opening date for this new studio. The slide even including the information that a very popular ASMR microphone will be available as part of the equipment found in this studio. Further in this report, we have this unique competitiveness in virtual world under the column of company owns VTubers IP, with this statement turning a number of heads, that being VTubers high retention rate listed at 97%. Some calling out Anycolor on this percentage, saying they are outright lying to. I mean, you could just look at the numbers. How many people do they have? How many people did they have last year? How many people did they have 3 months ago? And you can do the math. Like I said, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. So they decided to say 97% retention rate. All it takes is one of you people, one of you individuals, one of you to just go ahead and do the math for everybody else and report your findings. to their investors, as notated in the text below. That is the number of domestic, that meaning Japanese VTubers as of April 22, minus those who graduated during the fiscal year of 23, divided by the number of domestic, that again being Japanese VTubers as of April 2022. So this amount not including any from Nijisanji English, but also not being clear if it's even counting Nijisanji exclusively, or if they're just counting every Japanese VTuber. Many still calculating this rate by those standards, and instead coming up with a 73% retention rate for Nijisanji Japan. This next slide, diverse fan base of Nijisanji, revealing that 4 out of 10 viewers are...
This is actually very interesting. Let me look into this. So, YouTube viewer time, gender, male, 60%, female, 40%. Let's look at the age. Under 24, 43%. 25 to 34, 38%. Any color at the end of April. Holy, what? 20 to 29? Why did, bro, they changing up the fucking statistics?
Are female.
They changed the India version specifically.
But that women make up for 2/3 of all commerce sales. As now we have repeated...
Well, I feel like that one is normal though. Like, don't women mostly buy products to begin with when it comes to any product, whether it's makeup or from a fandom? It's usually the female... Generally, it's the female audience and the female fan base that purchase more things, because I believe they saw that in the toy market whenever they're like back in the day for a TV show to be, or at least a cartoon, for a cartoon to be successful, it had to mostly have toy sales. No matter how entertaining or how engaging the actual show itself was, a lot of them would get canceled if toy sales weren't up to par. But they always tried to market it by gender, so the girls would get like the princess stuff and the boys would get like the cool stuff, right? But it turns out whenever more females were interested in the show, toy sales would go up. Is that because the show was so good, or is that because, you know, the daughters or the moms that watch the show buy the merchandise? I can't remember specifically, and I don't know if numbers have changed since, you know, I learned that back in 2016. So versus 2016 information to now, y'all let me know, do women still make up the majority when it comes to buying any type of merchandise from anywhere? Y'all let me know.
Slides found from previous fiscal quarters. This strengthening Nijisanji brand slide simply indicating they intend to debut more and more livers. As here now we have a very revealing slide showing off the revenue contributions by debut year. The 61 VTubers that were debuted with Nijisanji in 2019 making up 26% of the revenue, while the 32 and 26 VTubers debuted during the fiscal years of 2020 and 2022 make up for 19 and 27% of revenue. But perhaps most revealing, the VTubers from the last fiscal year of 2023, all 31 of them, equal or greater in size than those debuted in 2020 and 2022 fiscal years, only make up 1/3 of revenue, clearly showing that their more established livers are making up the lion's share of revenue, with investors now wondering if new livers will be able to make up even a fraction of that same revenue in the future.
No, like, investors, you guys gotta think about it. Long term, if people are staying in the company, that choose to stay in the company, and this is an entertainment product, right? Newer people will only get so much support. It's up to the senpais and whatnot, you know, to be like, yeah, I also watch the new people. Yeah, we do collabs with the new people, right? Because the older people have had the longest fan base. The longer you have your fan base, 9 times out of 10, the more loyal they are, right? And a lot of things work better from word of mouth, or if people see that the senpai loves the kohais, right? Everybody say they love Fullmoko in in Hololive. So it's kind of hard to be like, well, Marine said Fullmoko's cute. You know, all these other people say Fullmoko's cute versus their popularity. so it's kind of hard to use them. But you could just look at over at other companies and competition. You could look at Phase Connect, look at the new people, look at how they're doing versus Advent. How is Advent doing? And it's kind of hard because obviously Hololive, all of their stats are high because they have the most loyal fan base. The product is amazing and they're always innovating on the product, right? So it's going to be kind of hard to compare with them, which is why I say if you're going to compare Nijisanji, a fallen titan, if anything, you should compare it to other people that are either one, rising the ranks. So what VTuber org do you think is rising the ranks? Whether you think it's Phase Connect or you think it's VShojo now, or you think it's Idol, look at their numbers versus Nijisanji. You can't really look at Hololive for it. And that's going to be the hard part because everybody likes to use Hololive for an example. But Hololive is number one, brother. And Nijisanji is no longer number two.
Future. Further here now, we have an expanded Virtual Talent Academy slide indicating all of the audition dates, but not indicating the massive closure and hiatus of the program during the summer of 2023, lowering the amount of students in the VTA into the low single digits. And yes, once again, we have repeated slides like who is VTuber virtual YouTuber, any color indicating their VTubers are not idols, and so therefore their talents are excluded from risk and scandals related to personal. Further along, we have this shot of all of the Nijisanji Japan branch, even including the Indonesian and Korean branch members. But once again, in this report, not being featured here in this shot are any members of Nijisanji English. This next slide also being duplicated from previous fiscal quarter reports, many noticing a popular default VTube studio model, made even more popular by Neurosama, alongside a photo. That seemingly being Any Color CEO Riku Tazumi, users last night upscaling that photo and then giving us pure art. Further along, we have one of our favorite repeated slides from all of Any Color's fiscal reports, the strong user stickiness with sense of belonging slide. This simply indicating that their talents are building a strong engagement with fans through daily live streaming. Users on Yahoo Financial Japan reacting to this financial report with, "Isn't this financial statement a case of the CEO casually playing around in a Spanish village?" As Riku Tazumi would tweet out for one of the first times this year his vacation to a Spanish town within Japan alongside Nijisanji.
So this is very interesting. There is a Spanish village in Japan. What is the history behind that village? Somebody just drop me the name and I'll look it up myself because that is very, very interesting from someone whose first language was actually Spanish.
This year, his vacation to a Spanish town within Japan, alongside Nijisanji EN year over year, negative 40% is tough. And as users on r/Nijisanji on Reddit would begin to anticipate and report on these financial results, posts such as that one were removed. Moderators listing that as participation or instigation of drama. That is, other users would compare the quarter three.
That is a very interesting and vague ass rule, participating in drama. I feel like if anybody says anything negative about Nijisanji, you could just go ahead and lump that in participating in drama.
Three financial results between Nijisanji and Cover. Users stating having 100 less employees despite having twice as many talents checks out for Niji. Another user remarking Niji has 20% less staff than Cover despite having just over 100% more active talents. Alongside Cover generating 60% more streaming/content revenue than Nijisanji despite having half the VTuber count is certainly something. As now also with Nijisanji Japan, we turn to Moira, one of the very first livers with Nijisanji, having debuted over 6 years ago, and stunning many with this tweet stating, "I will take a break for about a year." That's right, this Nijisanji liver indicating they will be taking a 1-year hiatus, saying further in conjunction with this, "We will temporarily close our fan club and memberships at the end of March. Please check the fan club website for information about the fan club. For membership refunds, please contact the official Nijisanji office." And that's it. That's the entire
I feel like the office ain't gonna get a reply.
Message. Well, further with Nijisanji today, we turn to Victoria Brightshield, soon celebrating her birthday, and also now celebrating 100,000 YouTube subscribers. Fellow wavemate Kanai responding, congrats Vivi, aka the coolest, sweetest, most gamer gen mate I could have ever asked for. Vivi then doxing Kanai's full name, replying back with, thank you my dearest Kanai, Megan, Jane, Linda, Brittany, Backshots, Nakasato. As next with Nijisanji English, we also have Millie Parfait with no frills, simply tweeting out new outfit reveal on April 5th. Then later tweeting new outfit predictions. I helped you out already, you're welcome. Please use the hashtag MillieMilkers if you want to doodle/draw any of your predictions. That, as numerous fans are awaiting the return of Nijisanji English's Alira Pandora. Not streaming, but still actively tweeting, sharing I slept for like 1 billion hours, good morning. Millie replying, I just woke up too, and Alira then saying, it's almost like we're in the same bed or something. That is tomorrow, Obsidian member Petra Gurin will be holding her 3D debut, and then the following week, Obsidian member Rosemi Lovelock will be holding her 3D debut. That is next we turn back to Mikeneko, alongside fellow Japanese VTuber Marisaku Panda, now sending out this update regarding Mikeneko, as here now handedly translated by Lind. Reading apology. I would like to express my deepest apologies for my inconvenience I may have caused you through my careless actions. Regarding my recent tweet, after Mikeneko told me about her circumstances, I made it in the hopes that it would deter the libel against her, even if only by a little. My friend Mikeneko had attempted to take her life, and I had posted in a state of panic whilst thinking that she may actually die. But I now deeply regret my actions, for they, in retrospect, only worsen things. I believe that this information should have come from her own account or management, not from a third party who may not know the truth. I am very sorry for having overstepped. As a result of my actions, Mikeneko and those around me became targets of libel and slander, which I deeply regret. As for the opinion that my actions were performed out of a wish to increase my own popularity, my channel does have fewer subscribers than Mikeneko's, so it is inevitable that some will interpret it that way, but I had no such intentions. I apologize for any discomfort this may have caused. Someone is using my email address without my permission and making bomb and death threats, amongst threats of other natures. I've reported this to the police because it may lead to cases of murder and injury or obstruction of business. Once one posts something, it is impossible to pretend it never happened, but in order to not make things worse, I would delete the tweet in question. Moreover, I shall not touch upon this matter at all from now on. Once again, I sincerely apologize for any discomfort or inconvenience this may have caused you. Mikeneko herself going on to tweet, I'm sorry for the trouble and inconvenience I have caused you. Recently, I was told unjustified things in a dispute with other parties. I was deprived of my favorite job, and I was suffering and unstable every day to a large amount of slander that occurred due to taking one's side's opinion into consideration. That day, I had various flashbacks and impulsively took a large dose of medication. It seems that a friend in the neighborhood who knew of my situation rushed to the hospital and called an ambulance. They seemed to accompany me all the way from the emergency transport to the doctors, and even all the way through discharging from the hospital. I'm really grateful because I was in a coma until I was discharged from the hospital. The hospital's recommendation that I continue to stay in the hospital, but I was able to leave with the promise that I would definitely go to the psychosomatic medicine clinic the next day, and that my friend would accompany me when I went home. Please refrain from slandering my friend or anyone else involved. I am sorry that my weak heart has caused you, the viewers, to worry so much. I am really, really sorry for disappointing you, even though you have always supported me. I will do my best to keep my mind strong until the conflict is settled, and I will continue to make hospital visits to get the results. I can't talk about the details because we're in the middle of a dispute, but there has been a considerable increase in speculative slander based on one-sided opinions. I would appreciate it if you could refrain from making any arbitrary statements until the dispute is settled. Mikeneko adding, I'm sorry for the postscript, and I am sorry that I did something really stupid, taking a large dose of medication. It is more painful than dying, so if you're going to take medication, please don't do it. Anyways, I will feel sick from the pain for a few days. I don't want to go into too many details, but I hope I can be of some help in stopping others from ODing. I know it's a little bit unprofessional of me to say that I did it, and I'm trying to stop it, but please help me. Once again, we will continue to provide any updates.
There it is, a cry for help. A cry for help. Hey, make sure y'all send her to the right people. Send her to some professionals. And get her off the fucking internet.
To the Mikeneko situation, as now a week later, we turn to the Dragon Ball official account, sending out this startling news. Dear friends and partners, we are deeply sad to inform you that manga creator Akira Toriyama passed away on March 1st due to acute subdural hematoma. He was an age of 68. We inform you this sad news with gratefulness for your kindness during his lifetime. Toriyama being most well known as the creator of Dragon Ball, alongside other properties, as here we have this self-illustrated representation of himself in paradise, holding a dirty magazine and cigarette alongside a model car, crackers, and cola on hand. As now, a week on, we have a full collection of reactions from VTubers and artists. All of Japan's Takane Rui reacting with, I will never believe it until I see it with my own eyes. I thought it was a lie, but it's true. I was attracted to Dragon Quest, not only because of the story, but also because of the designs. So I honestly don't know how to really feel about this. I am sorry for your loss. Whole Live Japan's Kukui Koyori reacting with Mr. Akira Toriyama. I cannot hide my surprise at the news of this unexpected passing. It is too soon. I will continue to love his many works. Whole Live Japan's Shishiro Botan reacting with, I still can't believe it when I saw the news about Mr. Toriyama. I pray for his soul. Irish character illustrator Red Juice reacting with, as a member of the generation that enjoyed Dragon Ball in real time from the early days of its serialization, Toriyama Sensei was truly special. I remember that I would look forward to reading it every week and compete with my family to read it in turn. I have always admired his playful writing style and design sense. Thank you so much. Laurel Coroni character illustrator Subame simply reacting with, wow, seriously. Heikos Bell's character illustrator Mika Picasso saying, Akira Toriyama Sensei, this is too much of a shock. You had great and revolutionary cartoonist and character designs. I have always had Akira Toriyama's contents by my side since I was a child and until now. Thank you so much for all that you have done for me. Adding, dying is so sad. It is a sad thing. It has been running through my mind recently as well. I wish I could have seen more of his work. It's amazing to be alive, and it makes me think about a lot of things. Still, his works and characters will continue to shine. I feel hope when I think of that. Character illustrator Lack reacting with, no way, the shock is too great. Alongside, I sincerely hope cartoonists live longer. Takanashi Kiara character illustrator Huke reacting with, I used to look forward to reading Dragon Ball every week and Jump. As we also have VShojo's KhunShawn here with Akira Toriyama, the Great was my favorite. He was the first one I ever wrote a fan letter to in my entire life. VShojo's Zentreya reacting with, incredibly saddening. I've been recently watching Dragon Ball as well. Many memorable characters and worlds created. Thank you for helping others' imaginations and for giving others strength. Rest in peace. Girl DM here with, thank you for everything, Toriyama Sensei. Fanta Crowbringer reacting to the announcement from the Dragon Quest account, saying, yep, that's it for me. I'm crying, but I will try to make this happy since I'm bringing it back on the timeline. I literally, and I mean literally, would not be who I am today without effing Dragon Quest. That series changed my life, and I genuinely don't know who I'd be without it. Nijisanji English's Yuki Wilson also reacting with Akira Toriyama. I am actually incredibly sad right now. Dragon Ball Z was a huge part of my childhood and a pillar in the shonen scene for me. I hope that everyone can appreciate his work for what it is. It's incredible. Space Connect's Dizzy Dokuro reacting with rest in peace, alongside Amanagawa Shina saying, no, rest in peace, legend. Tim Miami reacting with only this animation. As retro VTuber Amiya would react, I think the biggest impact Dragon Ball had on my life was helping my siblings and I bond. We didn't have a ton in common growing up, and we actually argued a lot for a lot of different reasons. Mental health on all sides, family stressors. But Dragon Ball Z was the one thing we could talk for hours about and argue the lore of. I wonder how many people have similar stories like this. Toriyama's works had such a big impact on the lives of a lot of people. Dear Scoon simply giving this thumbs up. As one of our fine mods and VTuber Denarius would say, thank you for introducing me to anime, for the hype moments, the great characters, and the countless hours of fun I had enjoying Dragon Ball media. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Gracias. King Biscuit also adding, thank you for everything, Toriyama Sensei. Jazz Jack going on to show this creation, as Rubber Ross would show off this incredible collection and saying, I can't even turn around from my desk without feeling sad tonight. In addition, we had artwork from fan artists such as Avature, alongside my character illustrator mama Momote reacting with, thank you so much for being one of the first reasons why I started drawing. I will cherish the memories of watching Dragon Ball with my dad and big sister, and then offering up this artwork to hashtag thank you Toriyama. As lastly, we turn to Mitsuaki Mwagoten saying, hello everyone, it's the DBZ VTuber Asset Scouter that was missing the upload, so I'm glad to make this contribution for all of you, but mostly in honor of Akira Toriyama, who gave us so much with Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Super. This being a free VTuber asset, that's right, it's the scouter I've been wearing the entire episode, now available to download for free. As now with even more things VTubers say, it's our co-host, Lady.
Thanks, False. Hamster VTuber Hampon releases their hiatus notice, posting that they will be stopping VTuber activities and taking a complete break from streaming. However, they will still be active on Twitter, nonetheless thanking everyone for 3 years and for loving this hamster, while also posting this illustration captioned, "Thank you for being a part of this chapter in my life," as Ham would receive lots of support and love in response to their hiatus notice, such as this fan work coming from Mikan, posting, "We love you, Ham Ham, best of luck on your journey." Lion Knight Hazumi shares their honest reaction to everything, none as they reminisce on their transformation of going from
Oh, that look like Moon Made Big Sister.
Reaction to everything. None as they reminisce on their transformation of going from idol to knighthood, posting, "This was definitely a big change, but something I'm really happy about." That as Hazumi would also release their second original song, titled Daybreak, posting, "After almost 3 years, this song is finally out and I am so excited." As Hazumi emphasizes that the drop here is just chef kiss. Host, VTuber, and V-singer Hiragi Yu releases a new cover, Bartender Natural High, in collaboration with Mayori Celesta. As Yu would go out to say, "It's a dream come true to be able to do a rendition of this song. Thank you all to all the kittens who came to the premiere and everyone who worked with me to make this possible." That as this host also receives an update for new and classy animated overlays and alerts, with Yu emphasizing their incredible praise towards Yoshido's work. Your favorite chaotic Just Bunny VTuber, Sabi, asks if you are immune to propaganda. That while also releasing their new cover song, Out for Love, with the illustration and MV done by me, your co-host, Lady. That as Sabi would go out to share some important details hinting at their new debut. Mixer and songwriter, another Shiro, releases a brand new original song for the Say So Succubus VTuber, Shoal-Hearted. That while celebrating 500 views on their other original song, written for Tatsuhiko Hiroki, posting, "Thank you so much for supporting the song, and please check it out if you haven't already." That as Shiro announces a original song giveaway in honor of celebrating over 3,000 followers, with this giveaway including original instrumentals, lyrics, vocal editing, and mixing and mastering. Rancid Rat Witch Boo the Rat thanks everyone for coming to the rat event of the century, that being Boo's debut, with their debut including a fully animated lore short directed and led by Basil, noting that the vision was to adapt Boo's origin story as a fairy tale gone horribly wrong, along with the credits to Boo's new streaming background from Basil Wolf as well. This as the Starpy Pirate also aided in the illustration of Boo's lore. As the Rat Witch is showcased in live 2D, rigged by Buncha, Boo would go out to post, "Thank you so much for all the fantastic art and comments. I'm slowly working through them all, but this is the most full my heart has ever felt." Star-crossed adventuring VTuber Exoverse not only celebrates their birthday, but hosts a new outfit reveal along with their very first concert, with many cheering the birthday boy, as EXO would go out to thank everyone who came to see the concert, posting, "I appreciate everyone for making this so much fun." Tomboy bull shark Shikai leads with some breaking news, as this bull shark has escaped the D's Nuts Aquarium in honor for their debut. With their live 2D model done by Nekoyama Studio, this tomboy bull may look harmless, but is certainly up to no good. Totally regular Indian pink Pomeranian, Daddy Dupam, thanks everyone so much for a warm welcome back. Hosting tonight's comeback stream was quite something. I am so grateful for everyone's support. That as this little palm continues to vibe and have a good time, also shares their latest VTuber model and commission for Celia, posting, "I absolutely adored working on this, especially the hair." Live 2D creator Mitsuaki Wakuden releases this live 2D showcase of Has Been Hotel's character Alistor the Radio Demon, saying, I think it's
hear a
my
lot of
biggest
people like this
project
show.
made by me, and I hope you enjoy it like I do. Though that's not all, as Mitsuaki creates an additional Alistair model, that being the Cursed Cat Alistair, asking, does anyone want to adopt theirs? Along with the creation of this Live 2D Totoro model, made to congratulate Hayao Miyazaki on the Oscars of 2024. A goblin and his skull, This is Goblin, is shown here drinking a lovely cup of coffee, as This is Goblin shares some behind the scenes throughout their streams for real-time prop interaction that can be triggered while talking or just them doing their thing. Hosting, the goal is to make my stream as seamless and cohesive as possible so it feels like you're watching an animated show. Live 2D creator PP Slayer thanks everyone so much for over 20,000 followers on Twitter, and while also announcing that they cannot believe they were finally able to do this, having submitted their application for Twitch partnership, while also sharing their latest toggle, as you can now see their bones. With this VTuber asset coming in from Kevin Art, who is just happy to see PP Slayer using it correctly. And now back to you, False.
Thank you so much, lady. And that is all for this episode. As always, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe below. Send in your VTuber news to our Discord, as we'll have more things VTubers say for you soon.
Not as they run a restart. As you go restart with the illustration and
This was a really good episode. It was interesting to see the money, the lies. It was good to see people that share their love for Shonen and Dragon Ball. It was cool to see the new indies. Cool to see them do their thing. Great episode of VTuber News. Let's go ahead and continue with the what are these called? The bloopers?
V done by yours truly, me. Yay. Restart. That as Swimsub restart. That as Shiro announces to be holding whatever. Restart. 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 Tomboy Bull Shark.
It's not an easy job. It's not an easy job.
Restart.
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 With this Live 2D asset.
Restart. All right. That was VTuber News. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.